Why the US should model their prison system after the Netherlands. My name is Donnie Murray, and I am a Police Foundation student at Georgian College in Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada. I am interested in the outcomes of my arrest and the greater good of society, so I began to research what we could change. I looked at the difference between the justice system in the United States and the justice system in the Netherlands. These two first world countries have markedly different percentages of incarcerated people. America with one of the highest rates, and the Netherlands with one of the lowest. The Netherlands have closed 23 of their prisons since 2004, while the US prisons are at 99.8 capacity. But what is the Netherlands doing so differently? The justice system in the Netherlands focuses on crime prevention, psychiatric care, and the social problems associated with crime in an effort to ensure it does not happen again, while the American justice system focuses on punishment. I believe the United States of America should implement the Netherlands system of alternative forms of punishment and inmate treatment in order to reduce the amount of crime and criminals. The reduction of the amount of Netherlands prisoners was initially related to the decline of using incarceration as punishment. Sentencing there makes use of fines, community service, and retributions, restraining orders, and psychiatric counseling. In the US, sentencing is determined by mandatory minimum sentences, which are automatic prison terms for certain crimes. Mandatory minimum sentences are the most commonly handed down for breaking federal drug laws. In the Netherlands, instead of focusing on the crime, punishment is determined by its contribution to the rehabilitation of the offender, and not by its punitive nature. People are only jailed if it is absolutely necessary to keep the person away from society. A reduction or elimination of minimum sentencing in the United States for the three non-crimes would greatly decrease the number of people in America's prisons. This diagram from Prison Policy Initiative 2021 shows just how much of America's prisons are made up of non-crimes, non-violent, non-sexual, and non-serious, which include immigration and things like public disturbance. These crimes should be dealt with without incarceration. Non-violent, non-sexual, and non-serious crimes should be punished with fines, community service, counseling, restrictions, etc., instead of jail. Another major difference in life within the prison. In the Netherlands, prisoners are treated as human beings that made a mistake rather than as defective people. The prisons are set up as close as possible to normal life with a focus on rehabilitation. A Human Rights Watch study found that the American inmates suffered from physical mistreatment, excessive disciplinary sanctions, isolation, and excessive force, barely tolerable physical conditions, and inadequate medical and mental health care. In the Netherlands, prisoners exercise under green spaces, play sports, and are encouraged to develop hobbies. Cells can be apartment-style single units, while others are 6-per-room dorms. I believe that prisoners should be taught how to be good and productive citizens. Treating people with care and dignity while they are incarcerated has been proven to lower rates of recidivism. Better treatment, behavioral interventions, skills training, and alternative punishments as implemented by the Netherlands would reduce crime, reoffenses, and ultimately the number of people locked up in America.